EliYahu. This is the first holiday in the fall. Remember our overview. We've got 3 holidays in the spring, then summer, then you've got 3 holidays in the fall. In the most basic interpretation, the spring holidays are talking about the Exodus up through Sinai, and the fall holidays are talking about the time in the desert. And so YomTruaA, the word Yom means day, and Truah means blowing the shofar, or the blast that you give on it. It's sometimes translated alarm. And so it's the day of blowing, okay, or day of blowing the trumpets. It's often referred to as trumpets. It's also referred to as Rosh Hashanah. Rosh means head, and Shana means year, meaning the new year. This is not correct. The new year begins in the first month, not in the 7th month. This is in the 7th month is when this is the first day of the 7th month is when it is supposed to be done. And so the head of the year should be the beginning of the first month prior to Passover. And I am discussing from Yeshua's Path, Volume 3. And this has the holidays in here. When you get to the section that deals with the various issues in the back, the first thing that it deals with is the holidays, and so YomTruaA is one of the holidays that is discussed in here. And this is commanded in Numbers 29. It's also commanded in Leviticus 23, verses 24 through 25. Let's read that to start with. This is Leviticus 23, verses 24 through 25. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Shabbat, a memorial of blowing the trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. When you go into Numbers 29, it talks about that offering, and it says that that is primarily for the new moon. There's a special offering for the new moon. Okay? So, you'll notice that this, the instructions for this holiday is extremely short. Okay? So in the rabbinical system, in the prayer book, if you look at YomTruaA, it tells you the different blasts of the trumpet, which we're going to get into in Numbers 10, and there are 4 of them mentioned in Scripture, and so it lists these in different combinations until you do 100 of them. And so the rabbi will stand up there and he will tell you, Truah, and the guy with the shofar will blow the Truah, and then he'll say Tekiah, and they'll blow a Tekiah, and and go through this 100 times. And so that's their idea of doing the holiday. But in the desert, the children of Israel had to move as an army in the desert, and they had designations. One group of tribes was first and second and third and fourth, and the Levites were in the middle with the tent of the meeting all packed up, and the trumpet would blow and tell them to gather for a meeting, or it would tell the elders to gather for a meeting, or it would tell them to move forward. Or in the case of battle, it would tell them to move forward in terms of attacking the enemy. So they used the trumpets for their various movements that they did to signal. And this is what it is used for. Symbolically, this is, remember that the spring holidays deal with Yeshua's first advent, and the fall holidays deal with his second advent. And so this is referring to the time moving into the tribulation where we are gathering congregations, we are attacking the spiritual enemy so that we can move forward in spiritual growth and be ready for the battle of the tribulation. And we're talking about the spiritual battle of attacking the enemy, the spirits and so forth. So that gives you kind of a basic rundown of the holiday. Let's get into Numbers 10 next. Okay, Numbers 10, and I'm starting at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moshe, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver, of a whole piece shall you make them. You use them for calling the assembly and for journeying of the camps. And when they blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to you at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow 1 trumpet, then the princes or the elders will meet, the heads of thousands of Israel shall gather themselves unto you. When you blow an alarm, that is the Truah of YomTruaA, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward, and you blow the alarm the second time. The camps lie on the south side shall take their journey, and shall blow the alarm for the journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, you shall blow, or tekiah, but you shall not sound the alarm, Truah. And the sons of Aaron shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance throughout your generations. And when you go to war in the land against the enemy that oppresses you, you will blow the alarm, the Truah, with the trumpets. Truah means to move forward or attack. And you shall be remembered before Yahuwah your God, and you shall be saved from your enemies. And also in the day of your gladness, and in the solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, you shall blow the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, and they shall be to you for a memorial before your God. I am Yahuwah your God. So generally we use a ram's horn, which is the shofar. That is for the general public, but at the tabernacle, or later at the temple, they use 2 silver trumpets, and they would be the official ones. And this is used for new moons. So when the new moon is sighted, then you would blow the shofar, and it would eventually get over to the Sanhedrin that would make a judgment. Yes, this has been cited by 2 witnesses, and the silver trumpets would blow, and we would have officially the new moon. And YomTruaA is on the first of the month, meaning new moon. So it starts when the moon is sighted. And that is the day that the trumpets are blown. And we are supposed to. It says it's as a memorial before God, so that He will save you from your enemies, which is an interesting promise. There's a whole bunch of promises in the Bible about blowing the shofar in order to be saved. So that is kind of an introduction to the holiday, and I'm going to stop right there and we'll get into some more details in the next video.